All right, welcome to Battletech Solaris Nights, episode 128, The Hillbilly versus Prim0. The year is 3062. The time? Midday. The place? Solaris, Lyran Alliance. The crowd? Simmering. With excitement, but also with rage at each other. Federated Sons and Lyran Alliance fans alike hold signs, shout slogans. Lots of buzzwords are thrown at each other. Social justice warrior. Bash the fash. All things you may recall from recent times. All playing out here on Solaris in the arena. But we take time back to 10 minutes ago. The screen is completely black. Text appears. 2767. Amaris is master of Terra. Only Kerensky's fleets stand against him. The periphery is now a battlefield. And we see, so for us, an 1800 style period piece is like 250, almost, years ago. This is a 250-year-old period piece for the Battletech universe, essentially. So they're wearing costume pieces, and all of the ships look old-timey. So it's like a old warship. And we hear klaxons going off and people shouting in the background about how there's an EM emergence wave happening. And like a old Englishman steps up and he goes, "All right then. Looks like it's 20,000 tons heavier, boys. It's time for Lucky Jack to do his work again. Run out the solar sail." And everyone's like, "That's madness, sir. If we lose the solar sail, we'll be stuck here forever." And he says, "But it's just mad enough that it might get us there in time to come across their stern." Someone's like, "By God, for Lucky Jack, boys!" So while this obvious period piece drama is going on, it cuts to the med bay, which is currently being converted in order to, receive emergency wounded. And the Hillbilly is there playing the part of Paul Bettany as the doctor in Master and Commander, because this is Commander and Master, the far side of the periphery. You get to play the part of Young Vision from Marvel's Avengers.
Oh, beautiful. Perfect.
I don't know if you've seen Master and Commander, but if not, watch it with your whole family. It's actually really good.
I have seen it. I remember really liking it.
That's because it's one of the best movies ever made, honestly.
Yeah. And plus Paul Bettany, he's just always good.
He is always good. It's weird that they tried to fire him several times.
Really?
Yeah, the day that he got the part for playing Jarvis, the AI in Iron Man, was the day he was fired from like Legion. They were like, "You'll never work in Hollywood again." And 10 minutes later, he cut like, "Hey man, you want to be an Iron Man?"
Just so we're clear. Level up that career.
It's crazy.
That's amazing.
And
I have loved him since The Knight's Tale, right? Like, when he shows up as Chaucer, it's so good.
Dude, when he goes off as Chaucer, so everyone remembers the scene where he introduces Ulrich von Liechtenstein, right?
Yeah.
But for me, the scene where he goes to the two guys who are harassing them, and he's like, "I will despoil you in history. You will be remembered as the ugliest and cruelest of villains." I was like, wow. Good. He did remember them. In the book, he basically just fucking slammed them.
Straight up. And when I had seen that movie, we had literally just finished our unit on Chaucer's book. Like, it was good. It lined up perfectly.
Yeah, he did. He did an incredible job. Great actor. Loved it. Yep. All right. So anyway, you get to play Paul Bettany in a period drama about, natural philosophy and war. Perfect. After that, trailer plays out, you're in, the green room. Your mech's being prepared. People are putting makeup on you, your new outfit, whatever it is. You want to tell me what the new persona for the Hillbilly is? What is he bringing to the 62 Grand Championship?
I mean, that's a great question.
Listen,
that's a great question.
Part of the Inner Sphere has always followed your career, right?
Okay.
But it's one thing to be a Solaris Gladiator. it's another thing to be in the grand championship. You know what I mean? Right? Like, it's one thing to be part of the MLB, but if you're in the All-Star series, or like, you know, you've made it to game 7, you know what I mean? Like, at that point, everybody knows your whole roster.
That's true. There's a lot of pressure on it, for sure. And so, I mean, Hillbilly would lead on sort of his network to kind of try to spruce up the image, make it more a little spicier, right? So he's going to have leaned on C-Bill, help me figure out what's the current high fashion on Solaris right now, you know? That's the first question, really.
More is less.
More is less. Oh no.
Lots of accoutrements, you know?
Okay.
I'm talking Prince going up on stage with like 17 medals that are totally meaningless. Boots that don't just go knee high, but also thigh high and are strapped with laces at every point. You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
Like, yeah.
Beautiful.
More is less.
I mean, Hillbilly commits to that look, right? Like there's like extra shoulder pads.
It's the 80s again.
Shoulder pads, like, you know, like there's flashy fabric, but then there's always like denim patches somewhere in there because he wants to keep to the roots.
Everything is weirdly squishy as well. You know, like the shoes have gel in them. A lot of people have like elbow bracers and knee pads.
Okay.
It's like I don't know if
80s.
you've ever seen like Battletech does not have a consistent fashion in any way at all. Like, even when they're like, this is just 5 years apart, here's the difference in the uniforms, and I'm like, clearly 2 different artists drew that, and there was no one telling them that's how it's supposed to look.
Of course.
But the periphery has always been depicted as sort of the Mad Max world. And I like to imagine that in 3062 the Mad Max fashion is now high fashion, but they have to make it like Coachella bohemian chic version of that.
That makes total sense. And in this particular outfit, everything is tearaway for obvious reasons, right? Because
amazing.
This is all about the entrance, and then, you know,
and pseudo militancy is really popular right now because everyone is certain that there's going to be a war.
Okay. Oh yeah. Well, in that case, Hillbilly's definitely sporting the, like, you know, shaved undercut, right? Like haircut to go with it, you know. Everything's very severe looking, right? But also flashy.
Now, just a couple of things to fill you in on. I wanted to make sure you know that Elizabeth is still the stable's manager.
Yep.
And like general secretary. As a result, you get a 4th SPA to take in a battle with you.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I have picked up Cluster Hitter. That's part of that.
That's a great call. That's a great call. Now, let's see here. And, I believe that I promised people. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, over the last few years, Hillbilly has worked to sort of, you know, like he had previously had a fine relationship with Elizabeth, but not like, you know, closer or anything at that level. But he has worked to sort of, you know, improve that, right? And since the stable has thrown tons of money at her to keep her around, he figures it's in his best interest and the stable's best interest to sort of, you know, become her right-hand man as much as he can.
That's good, because, you know, she's really in no nonsense mode. She's been very hands off, right? And she continues that overall. But in terms of shenaniganery that maybe might involve terrorism or deeply damaging the brand, there's a solid lockdown.
That's good. That
like Conor McGregor wants to get drunk and drive his convertible into space. That's fine. Conor McGregor kills a man and hides it. Big deal. Big problem.
We're worried.
Just to reveal for the audience what the other choices would have brought. Should Trace Billings have been stable manager, all participants would have received the Speed Demon SPA. C-Bill would have given everyone automatic business success post-season. So anyone who had a brand, it would have been wildly successful in the same way that John Cena has somehow become a brand legend, or Jordan's, I guess, is probably a better, you know.
Yeah.
Chris Cross would have given everyone melee specialist, Astrid Elsa daughter sniper, and Guillaume de Bloomberg would have reduced repair costs by 1.
It sounds like we kind of came out on top. Keeping Elizabeth was pretty great.
I mean, I thought there was no way people would vote for Elizabeth, but it turns out that the audience likes her a lot more than the players do.
Well, you know, her only real strike was really making a big stink about that, gun situation. Ultimately,
yeah, when people carried a gun into a workplace, and yeah,
everybody does that, right? That's normal.
Not everyone does that.
Nobody does that.
It should be noted that
audience, please don't do this.
In my 5e game Stars Rising, if you are a Patreon member or a Twitch sub, you've already seen the art for Lizvet Carmelian, the tiefling manager of that particular company.
Nice. I like that there's some multiverse happening here.
Look, I'm just trying to put my unique industry knowledge to work, right? Keeping the same general character archetypes going when I move into the next field. All right. So you have a couple of options here.
Okay.
And they will have ramifications. Going into the battle, please mark down that you have 2 glory to start with.
Okay.
And you gain 1 point of stress just from entering onto this battle. It's just stressful just being in the Grand Championship.
That makes sense.
Okay. There is no guaranteeing victory. I mean, you can guarantee it all you want, but any move involving the words guarantee victory is null and has been removed from the rules list. Okay. You get to pick 4 choices.
Okay.
Interview with the DBC, interview with Professor William Wyndham Williamson III, a match-side statement to Duncan Fisher, or avoid the media. And you get to do that before and after the match, win or lose.
Okay.
Is there anyone you want to talk to going in? Now, it should be noted, William Wyndham Williamson has been strongly associated with the Federated Sons and the growing Federated Sons movement. You may not know this, but he's actually from a small planet called Whittington, where he had a successful rap career until he was injured in a gang shooting.
Interesting. Well, I think
talking to the DBC, they have basically blown all of their credibility as balanced, fair reporters and have solidly thrown themselves behind the Archon. If you're seen on that show, you will be associated with, with the taint of Lyranism. That sounds bad to say. You will associate yourself with being Lyran.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with being Lyran. Let me say that. I have Lyran friends, okay?
Just calm down, everybody.
There are Lyran loyalists in the upcoming Civil War. It's fine.
Right.
I just happen to know that the Lyrans are mostly the bad guys coming up.
That's completely fair. And both of those sound slightly complicated. I was already leaning towards Duncan Fisher because I just really enjoy hearing you do the voice. So,
all right,
we'll go with Duncan.
You go, ringside with Duncan. The Steiner Coliseum is packed. Tickets are going for 10,000 just for the bleeders. Box seats, hundreds of thousands to millions. People have flown onto the planet, and then they show up for like 10 minutes before the game, and then they leave midway through the match for no apparent reason once their business dealings are done. They're just there to be seen, I mean, let's be real here. Battle mech matches rarely last more than 1 minute.
Right.
Sometimes they barely last 30 seconds. Anyway,
it's all about the after party, right?
Yes, exactly. People are excited because this is the one place in the entire inner sphere you can watch a match live.
Yeah.
Right. The crowd is pumped. A lot of people are making this political, but more are not making it political because, interestingly enough, Prim0 has distanced himself from being a Solaris native and is trying to come on as being like person of the inner sphere.
Okay.
A citizen of the Star League is his new. So Prim0 has gotten a job as part of a broadcasting company that is making a live action version of a comic series called Commander Star League, which is a callback to a time of Total Warfare. So it's basically like Avengers, but each of the Avengers represents one of the nations of the Inner Sphere, and Commander Star League is the Merrick one who becomes the overall face of it. He has a shield that has the Star League logo on it, you know. Perfect. He's the one that's like, all right, everybody, we got to do this military style. You go here, let's do it for the Star League. Prim0 plays like a mascot character that, you know, it's like yeah, it's like a Foggy from Daredevil, or in the Eternals, the guy who films it all.
I got you.
I don't know if you've seen it.
Like Happy, you know, like
like Happy. Well, I mean, Happy technically is an Avenger. I mean, I don't believe that, but according to the movie poster, Happy is an Avenger. His special skill is the ability to drive a car.
Right.
Anyway, Duncan Fisher meets with you. He has a flask that is clearly stinking of whiskey, the expensive stuff, and is smoking a cigar. And like his cameraman is just shaking his head as he goes, "I'm Duncan Fisher, and if you give me a cigar and cheap whiskey, I'll say whatever you want me to. I'm here with my old friend the Hillbilly as he goes into this round of the 3062 Grand Championship. The Hillbilly, you've risked a lot to come this far. How do you feel going into your upcoming match with your old nemesis, Prim0?"
Well, Duncan, first off, let me just say, I don't think that's the cheap stuff. I think you deserve better. And I know that's pretty good.
He just starts drinking on camera. Then he offers you the flask with the, you know, with the backwash.
Like, I want to be ready for this one. Top shape, tip top.
He just smokes a cigar in front of you.
Blows it towards me, probably, right? And then just, you know, I'm just really, really excited to be here. This is a big moment, big day, and I'm looking forward to every single second of it. And as far as Prim0 goes, I always love coming up against Prim0. I respect his hustle. I respect what he brings to the table. And I think today's going to be a fantastic match.
All right. According to my contacts within your stable, I am getting information that today you're unveiling a new design involving rotary autocannons, which are barely available to the regular military.
Oh, you know it. You're going to love the show that these things put on, the amount of rounds per minute that they can pump out. It's mind-boggling.
Are you worried about the notorious jamming problem?
You know what? If it jams, we've got some backups. You know, we didn't come into this totally unprepared, but I have faith in, you know what, the universe to come out on my side. I believe that they will not jam at all in this match. I'm going to rely on a little bit of that Hillbilly luck to get me through it.
All right. Any final statement before you get in there? And you can hear people going, "Hillbilly, Hillbilly." And there's like a dude out in the crowd who's been showing up to your last few matches. No one knows who they are, but they basically dress in like coon skin, and they've got like a Nerf foam rifle that they toss around before the crowd. He's like your biggest fan, but like no one's seen his face without like the paint on, so they have no idea who this person is. But they're like taking the rifle and doing a little this and then doing a little this, and people are getting really into it. You can hear the crowd get, you know, he's warming up for you.
That's fantastic. You know, anything else here? I'd like to announce a special release of a special Billy Slim, the Billy Slim Jumbo Max. To coincide with the model name that we've given this mech that y'all are about to see, which is the Billy Slim Albatross 3U.
All right. He takes a huge puff off of his cigar and says, "This is Down Bad Duncan, and I've been with the Hillbilly." All right.
Down Bad Duncan.
I love the idea that, you know, Duncan is working his way up to his famous career run as the announcer.
Yeah. He's got to build the legend.
So everyone's like, where's Prim0 at? Where's he going to do his entrance? You know? The guy dancing in the crowd pulls the coonskin hat off, and the familiar pink tufts of Prim0 are there. As he begins washing his face while walking down, like the camera zooms in, you could see the referee was in on it, right? But he's like, huh? Right, it's super bad. They let him down onto the field. He also whoosh, tears away into his outfit, which is very reminiscent of like Power Rangers season 1 level of teen radical attitude. Now, okay. Prim0's pushing 40s now, but he's still trying to rock the like skinny jeans and like tight red t-shirt, trying to look like a teenager, just like the actors in Power Rangers.
Yeah.
He does the new and improved Prim0 dance. I mean, It's been 10 years, right? There have to have been some improvements. There's a lot more spinning and lateral motion that are involved in it. And it's more difficult to do in his new platform shoes.
Okay.
But still, Prim0 loves you, and Prim0 continues to perform the Prim0 dance, which ends with the typical cat ears, meow meow.
It's beautiful.
Prim0's mech
Hillbilly's clapping.
Comes out to meet him. What we've got here is a Nodachi 2KO, which is a recent re-release of Karetan War Machine that was altered to be even more deadly in close range combat than normal. It is a TSM laser boat with a sword.
Okay. Yeah, that's got some danger to it.
Let's take a look at this albatross, this ungodly, horrendous piece of garbage.
It's beautiful. It's got 2 rotary AC5s, this Einarch launcher in here, the LRM-20, and a nice little ER medium to round it out.
Do you know how that Einarch works?
This one's the Haywire one. So yes. If I tag you with it, you get like a +1 on or a -1 on all your 2-hit rolls.
Okay. You also have laser reflective armor.
Yeah.
Which means that all of my massive amount of lasers do half damage to your outer armor, not inner. So
that works out.
It does work out for you. It works out real fucking garbage for me, though. This is a terrible matchup.
Shout out to Hashin Racket and Gamble for this beautiful machine that y'all are presented with.
Okay. All right, well, I think it's clear I'm going to lose going into this, because that's the other thing I should mention is that Amos premiered laser reflective armor during the Gladiator mission, and all of the clan people shooting at him had laser weapons. So he absolutely rolled them.
That's until
he ended up fighting like 3 assault mechs.
Oh, man.
It was crazy.
Did fantastically until epic betrayal.
Yeah. All right.
That's funny. Well, in terms of Hillbilly's entrance, he's going to borrow pretty heavily from the opening for the Peacemaker. If you've seen that recently.
I have not. I don't like John Cena, but
there's
go
some,
ahead.
That's fair. There's some heavy hair metal that starts playing, right? There's a nice choreographed dance because he knew he was coming up against Prim0, so he knows that it's really ultimately a dance-off as far as he views this match anyway. The machine versus machine, of course, but man versus man, this is all about the dance. So he does his best to execute this beautiful coordinated dance number. There's a lot of like arm movement, high knees, things like that. And each, stage of the dance involves stripping off a part of his ridiculous high fashion costume. And when the song crescendos, that's when the last piece comes off and he's basically just in the like Speedo and jumps into the mech.
All right. Let's roll these initiative bones.
4.
5.
Well,
I think we should go left, right. So you pick your
left, right.
Yeah, I'll come in from the east side. So you pick your location, and I'll pick mine.
Coming in from the east, huh?
I want to make sure I've got a little cover before you murder me.
That's fair. I'll choose. Yeah.
Well, that's something of a problem. I'm going to choose to start heated up to 9.
Ooh.
What about you?
I choose no heat.
Very well.
It's like one of the very few builds that I've run without PSM.
That's a weird matchup.
It is. This one's all about the number of rounds I can put down range.
7.
That is a 8 for me. After you, Primo.
Yeah, does seem like Primo going first. Losing initiative sucks. I was too used to the mercenary mission where I had tactical genius and the players didn't. So I basically got to do whatever the fuck I wanted.
It's really strong.
Yeah, it's super duper strong. It's so strong that Seth intentionally also got tactical genius now.
I can't blame him.
All right. He storms forward 8.
Well, I am going to stand still.
That's a very me move, but I don't like that it's being used against me. 13, 14 hexes, huh?
Yep, and that's like
fortunate
right where I want to be.
Yeah, my weaponry is very close range. These inner sphere LPLs have half the range of normal. Okay, I have nothing I can shoot you with, so feel free to just do whatever you want, I guess.
All right. So first thing, as Hillbilly gets Primo in his sights, the computer on this mech happens to light up a little bit differently, zero in a little bit more, and we realize that this thing comes equipped with improved targeting, long range.
Son of a bitch.
So combined with sniper, that means at long range, I only have a +1 to hit total. So start at 1, add, everything's going to be long range. So add 1 to that. So 2 plus your 3, and that's everything hitting on 5s. So I'm going to fire the Einarch first, I guess. Because why not, Let's see what this thing can do. And that misses.
I feel like that shit happens where you fire the Einarch and he blocks it with his Nodachi sword and makes it go past him. He was waiting for this perfect moment
where it like splits down the side.
I love the idea of people brushing the arrow aside with the sword because it is technically possible.
Yeah,
just incredibly difficult.
Very fair. Okay, next up, let's do the ER medium, which is the clan version, which that does hit, and that is location 8. So left torso for, is that 7?
7.
7. And then let's do the LRM 20 next.
Those are clan mediums, right? Yes.
Yes, correct. There's the LRM 20. That's a hit. And where's the cluster? So 8 plus 1 is 9.
This guy's doing pretty good for not playing Battletech for like 2 months.
Right? That's 16 missiles will hit. So, and then what? LRMs do that in groups of 2?
5.
Oh, 5. That's right. Yeah. Okay. So first 5 goes to location 10. So left arm. And next 5 go location 5, right leg.
Okay.
And next one is location 9, left leg again. And then the last one point goes to left leg.
Okay.
And then
but that last one is only 1 point of damage, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll do the rotary AC5s, both of them firing 6 shots apiece.
Oh boy. Oh, okay.
So now, this is the first time I've actually fired these things. They work on the cluster table. Is that correct?
They do.
Okay.
You do need to know that when you fire this, you gain the heat from firing it 6 times.
Yeah. And the heat on these is 1 per shot.
Yes. So you'll be gaining 12 heat.
Yep.
Okay. Just as long as you're aware that you're committed to that.
I'm pretty sure this thing can't gain heat. Which works out. Wait, no, that's right. They do the math differently on there. It can gain some heat. I will double check on that, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be fine.
Okay. If you roll a 2, 3, or 4, your autocannon jams.
Okay. And that is a 5. So that
Pretty
will
close.
hit. And let's see. We are at 6 on the cluster. On a 6 shot is going to be 4 shots hit.
Okay.
Yep. 4 shots hit. So the first 5 points go to right torso. And next 5 go to left torso. And next 5 go to right torso. And the last 5 go to center torso.
Through armor critical with a critical.
And I've got a 10 on that crit.
Yeah, that's 2.
I've got human TRO, so
bring over a set of dice and let's I don't know, end this match early, I guess.
First one is 1-6.
That's a gyro hit.
All right. And the second one is 5-6.
Is the flamer. Right. Wow, could have gone so much worse.
It really could.
Still quite bad. It's still quite bad.
It's not amazing. All right. Well, the second rotary AC5 is a 5 again. 8 on the cluster. At 6, so that's 5 shots hit. First goes to center torso. And the second goes to left torso. And the third goes right arm. And the fourth is left arm. And the fifth and final is left arm again.
Okay. He needs to edge that. He stays standing on 1 and 2.
All right. Good for you, Primo.
Yeah, so these rotary autocannons are essentially like the A10 guns, right? They have an extremely distinct firing noise. Your whole mech basically like leans back as you're firing these 2 cannons because the recoil is uncontrollable. But in the process, you dot shots, you basically bracket the center torso, except for one neat little set of rounds that appears to knock around something on the inside that really should not be knocked around. You can see the whole mech shake, shiver as the gyro clearly takes a hit.
Looks a little drunk.
Okay, let's do this. He's gonna fire enough to stay toasty, to stay at 9. So he needs to build 28 points of heat, including his run, which he easily can with this profile.
All right.
This Ratosaurus weird ass profile. 11.
Ooh, that's gonna be pretty good. Yeah, you got me beat. I got 6.
Okay, make your move.
Mm-hmm. Depth 1, so I can't just like walk through that water.
Can't walk into it backwards, and you can't run into it.
So let's see. Oh, right. Double check my movement. I haven't moved in this thing yet. All right. So 4-6. So it ain't going far. That's for sure. We'll do 1. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then turn it back for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do this, Primo. Let's say 1 on the run.
He moves directly towards you.
I had a feeling he might.
Unerringly. You know, I haven't actually shown what this bad boy looks like. The no dachi. Oh, did I mess it up? Here we go. So normal no dachi has MRMs, but he needed the latest and greatest in no dachi technology.
Of course. Well, I fire first, right?
Yeah.
All right. So what's our distance here?
5.
2. 5. All right. Well, that puts me in short range for everything except for the Einarch, which comes in at medium. So let's see. I'm going to be hitting 1 plus, oh boy, 3 for your run, plus 2 for mine. So that's 7s. Yeah, no, wait, sorry. 6 at the short range and 7 on the Einarch. So let's do the Einarch first. That does not hit remotely. And then we'll do the ER medium. And that misses. Yeah, I'll use a point of luck on this one. Why not? That'll hit. So that's let's see, 7 to right arm.
Got it.
And then we'll do the LRM 20, which is at short range. So that's, yeah, hitting on the 6. And that hits with 9 on the cluster. That is, oh gosh, where is it? 16 again. First 5 to location 7, center torso. Next 5 go right torso. And next 5 go left leg. No internal yet.
Okay. Is that and 1 damage hit?
Last point goes to center torso.
Okay.
And then, yeah, let's just go ahead and do those rotaries at 6 full shots again. So wait, no, remind me on the rules on this. When does the number of shots I pick actually affect the jam rate? Okay.
So 1 is no jam. 2 is a jam on a 2. 4 shots is a jam on 2, 3, and 6 shots is a jam on 2, 3, 4.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
But of course, if you want to maximize the damage of these bad boys, you got to risk it.
Yeah.
What are the odds you're going to roll a 4? Somewhere out there already knows the answer of 4 on a 2d6.
100% they do. So you said if it's 4 shots, it's a 2, 3.
Yes.
Okay. You know what? I'd rather live dangerously this time around. Let's do all 6.
Okay.
Once more, hitting on 6s. See what we get. Oh yeah, there we go. That'll hit. 10 on the cluster. So that is 5 shots coming in, and first 5 points go to the left leg.
Okay.
Second 5 will go right arm.
All right.
Third 5 go center torso.
Got it.
Fourth 5 are going center torso again.
All right.
And the last 5 are right arm.
Okay.
And then, yeah, let's do the same thing for that second one. That is a hit. And that is, not great on the cluster.
The head
only a
hit.
3. It is a head hit. Only a 3 on the cluster, though. So that's only 2 shots hitting. First one is a head hit, though. That's 5 there. And the second 5 goes to center torso.
That's also internal.
It does not crit, though, sadly.
Yeah. He goes down.
He's down?
Yeah, he falls. He ends up facing backwards.
It's too much pitter patter. He gets to shoot before he falls, right?
You're correct that he does. But I think it's safe to say that unless he repeatedly hits you in the head, this is probably over.
Yeah, I won't speak too soon.
Sorry, I didn't know I would need Total Warfare rules, but here we go. Page 68 falls once again. I should just leave this page open.
That's fair. I mean, in my matches, I'm usually the one falling, so I appreciate that.
Okay, so he takes 7 points of damage and 5-point clusters to the rear armor, which is actually more substantial right now. Right leg for 5, and then 2 points to left arm, which will go to the left arm. All right, consciousness check. He is still awake. Just gonna take those shots now. It's gonna be LPL and then 4 medium pulses.
All right.
So let's see here. What was your movement? Is
just a 1 on the run.
That will hit. That is 9 damage, right arm.
Okay, so that drops to 5, right? For laser reflective.
Yes. This will also hit center torso for 3. That's with laser reflective. I'll just remember it from now on. Left leg for 3. Left torso for 3. Left arm for 3. Well, I can't say I didn't scratch you.
Yeah. There's some dings.
He goes down hard, and in the process, he needs to check to see if he hits his head again, which he does not. In fact, it's the grand tournament.
It is.
Surrender really isn't allowed by most companies here.
Okay.
And the stable that Smash and Prim0 now run together is one such company.
Is it still Evil Smash?
It's been so long. It's not. He's been evil and uneviled like 3 times. You know,
Right.
It's basically a meme in the community right now that all it takes is one cloud to cover the sunshine to make Smash evil again. But then it'll pass in moments, you know. It's like weather in certain U.S. states or in Britain. He'll change again soon enough.
I like it.
But whenever he has a public appearance with kids, he's always good Smash. You know,
it's important.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just gonna go into the next round. You know, he's doing the thing in pro wrestling where he's facing away from you and he's shakily getting up, and some members of the crowd are like, "Kill him! Absolutely destroy him!" And some people are begging you for chivalry to just give him a round to let him stand up on his own. You know, that sort of deal. This is the grand tournament, though. You know,
it is.
Chivalry means you could lose out on tens of millions of C-bills, or the big prize, 25,000 C-bills. Wow, what a huge pile of money, 25,000 C-bills. Fortunately, the broadcasting rights are worth tens of millions, as are the sponsorship deals.
Oh my God.
The actual prize for the grand tournament, 25,000, is basically nothing. It's less than a year's salary for you.
That's hilarious.
Much less than a year's salary.
So, which
Battletech has a really fucking skewed sense of economy.
Well, yeah, of course it does. It's the classic problem of you get multiple writers in and nobody knows math.
They're like, the average mech warrior makes $13,000 a year, and I'm just like, you what?
That's it?
I feel like they just asked some grunt in the U.S. Army in the 80s, like, what do you make? We're just gonna make that the average.
Perfect.
The most highly trained modern warriors, they make that much. What was the question?
Which way is he facing?
Away from you. His back is facing towards you. So if you're looking for some juicy free real shots, even walking up and kicking him from behind are all on the table here.
It is completely on the table, but Hillbilly has too much respect for Prim0 to do that.
So roll these initiatives.
Yeah, let's do it.
5.
I got 6. Make your attempts to stand.
I will, but unfortunately, with the gyro out and a head injury, a 3 has now become a 7.
Okay.
He shakily stands up and he faces this direction and then finishes his movement to stop right in front of you. Yeah, of course. It only took him 2 points to stand up, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I'm used to my own attempts to stand, which generally are a little
slowly but like his mech is moving super quickly, right? Like arm wise, but like slowly makes his way to put himself in front of you and takes a samurai stance.
It was ready. All right. Well, I will
just move out of the way.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
All right, well, I get an opportunity attack as you leave my contested zone of opportunity.
What is this? If there was an SBA for that, I'm
going to start the grapple rules.
The grapple rules. I reach out, grab your arm.
Yeah, we'll do it Pathfinder style where you need a flow chart. All right, we're 5 hexes again, so basically the same math, except now I've been hitting the head. So yeah. Large pulse laser and then 4 mediums.
Cool.
Okay. 5 damage left torso.
All right.
3 damage left arm.
Okay.
It's a miss. 3 damage left arm. 3 damage right torso.
All right. Getting those little
without being able to melee you, this is pretty much over for him.
Yeah. So far, it's worked out pretty well in my favor.
The laser armor is devastating.
I like it. So this is what, 4? Yeah, 4 hexes. And what was your movement? Okay, just 1. So I am at 1 plus 2. So hitting on 3s on everything, because everything's at short range. So Einar, just for fun, just in case. Okay, that does hit. That is a really weird facing on the die, but that does hit. So you're hitting with that haywire Einar. So your next shots will be done at a -1.
Yeah, I can knock that off, but
yeah,
it is a problem.
Takes an action, right?
All right, so everyone gasps when they realize you're using Word of Blake technology. Yeah, like even people who are normally your fans are like booing right now when you use what is essentially like forbidden, the bad guys, you know.
I didn't realize that, but that's fair. I deserve this for my lack of knowledge.
I mean, the person who gave you the mech deserves this, but
take it up with the buyer.
Yeah.
Then the ER medium coming out.
Okay.
And that will hit location 7, center torso.
That is internal.
I do not have a crit. Because what, it's 8+ on the crit. Right?
Yeah.
So, and then LRM 20 is going to hit with an 11 on the cluster. So that's all 20 missiles. First 5 are going right leg.
Okay.
Next 5, center torso.
You get 3 criticals.
Yes, I do. All right. Here it is.
I mean, this is pretty much it. There's almost no combination of numbers that doesn't end with a total mech destruction.
All right, that's a 1-4.
Okay. And that's both gyros, but please keep going.
Double gyro.
Going down.
And a 3-5.
It's another gyro.
Standing is literally impossible. 1-3.
That is an XL fusion engine.
There we go.
Please keep shooting. Who knows?
Right.
Horrific damage you might inflict.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Let's see if we can do horrible things. You know what? The jamming doesn't matter anymore. Would Hillbilly really go crazy on this, knowing that?
Remember, you have to choose what you're shooting before you shoot.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
You've been pretty consistent on unloading.
I have been pretty consistent. All right, we're doing 6
racks.
shots then. That is who I am.
Yeah.
You know, go full auto the whole way.
That was only the first 2 LRMs, right?
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was only the first 2. That's right.
It's the next 5.
Next 5 go left torso.
Okay, that's internal with 2 criticals.
Oh, you're right. Yes. Oh, man. All right. I feel so bad for you, Prim0. 3-6.
I'll do 3 and 6. Okay, so ER medium laser and another fusion engine.
All right.
Okay, going. You got 1 more LRM shot.
And that goes, let's see. Left torso again with no crit. Okay.
Now the racks. I'm going to make you destroy me.
You really are. You're like, kill your friends. All right. Here we goes the first one. That is definitely a hit. That is an 8 on the cluster. And so that puts it at 4 shots hit. First 5 goes to left leg.
All right.
Next 5 go to left arm. Next 5 go to left torso.
It's internal.
And no crit. And that last 5 will go at right arm.
It's internal.
That does crit. That is a 6-3.
You blow the sword out of his hand.
It goes clang, clang, clang off to the side.
Man, I feel like the blade just shatters in half, right? And then the shards of Narsil and then stick into the sand of Steiner Coliseum.
There's a big splash where one flies into that water nearby.
The blade that was
All right. Well, this is the second
yes,
rack
do it.
going off.
Destroy him.
And that does hit. And that is 8 on the cluster for the 6 shots, which is 4 hit again. First 5 go center torso.
Okay. It's internal.
And that is
there's 2
3 crits again.
3 crits. Son of a man. Sure, go ahead. We're probably.
I mean, this could stack pull him. Yeah, 2-2.
2-2s is a fusion engine. It's now 3 hits.
Yeah. Hold on. 2-2. Okay, we'll re-roll that. That is a 6-5.
It's a medium pulse laser.
Perfect.
All right, you just have to not roll bottom number
4-1.
4-1 is the gyro again.
There we go.
So you did manage to not stack both.
So far.
Yeah.
Because that was just the first hit.
I know. Keep going.
All right.
Keep going.
Oh my god. Left arm.
That's internal.
No crit. And then, oh my god, center torso with 2 crits.
That is total center torso destruction, and it is going to have a stack pull chance. So this needs to hit a 10 plus, which it can't because there was a 3 on the first die.
There we go.
So either way, this is now a $17 million paperweight. So, right, there is something to be said for your chivalry in giving him one more round, but then you followed it up. His mech was running towards you and is like, someone like makes a meme of it while Ave Maria is playing as like, you're just shooting into the stripped down chassis of its torso-less body over and over again. Like, it's going down on its knees because the gyros are gone, and you're continuing to pour missiles and racks into
some
it.
Awful Apocalypse Now scene.
As you know, as his little cockpit chair rises up into the air, you're still firing because you can't not hold the triggers down at this point. Your guns are just hot.
My hand's cramped.
Oh my god, I had a leg cramp this morning. Like, I got out of bed, I was like, wow, it's gonna be a great day. Oh, leg cramp! Oh god, it was horrible.
The leg Charlie horse, man, it's the worst.
Look, the ones that wake you up in the middle of the night are the worst. Yes. Holy shit.
Yes, right in the calf muscle, and then it like hurts the entire next day. I hate that feeling.
All right, take your 1 XP for victory.
Glorious.
Yeah. You didn't take any head hits.
I did not.
You don't technically need to repair this mech, although I'm thinking you probably will want to re-ammo it given the massive amount of ammo you blew through. So, it is not an Omni-mech, I think. Let me check, see if an Albatross is an Omni-mech. I don't think so, though. It will take 2 battles before you can reuse this mech. So basically, you won't be able to use it until the finale.
Okay.
Oh boy, but yeah. Now, just
fun.
as a reminder, if you do not rep a product or service for a Patreon business, your repair costs increase by 1.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to ask, would you like to go to an interview afterwards, and who would you like to interview with?
I will go to an interview. And I mean, let's just return to Duncan Fisher. Right. He's my boy.
Look, Duncan was drinking before, right? That was really only like 3 minutes ago. But the alcohol has clearly had time to get into his bloodstream at this point. He's still smoking the same cigar when you get down to talk to him. He goes, Duncan Fisher back here again with the Hillbilly. He just smoked Prim0 like I'm smoking this premium whatchamacallit. That's right, whatchamacallit brand. You can only get them here on Solaris.
Whatchamacallit for me?
He pulls one out and he's got his own little, cigar chopper thing. And he's like, that's right, I do. And then he lights it with the end of his own.
Perfect.
The choice of gentlemen enjoyed by all. The Hillbilly, why don't you explain what you did out there to your old friend, now cruel and bitter enemy, Prim0.
Oh shoot, I hope Prim0 don't hold it against me. I mean, hey, this is the grand tournament. You can't hold back here. This is the show, you know. I mean, it's always been the show, but this is the big show. You got to step up, right? So I mean, I just had to hold those triggers down. And a big shout out to Racket and Gamble, the fine purveyors and providers of the mech that y'all just saw in action. And that's my, repping for that.
Yeah. You have to make a roll.
Okay, let's do it.
Yep. Same as always. His business.
Ooh.
It's not great. It's not great.
Not great.
Yeah.
This is corporate, right?
Yeah.
Well, I will edge that, right? Because I could do that.
You can.
There we go. Much better. And that's a 10.
All right. Look, people are a little shocked at the level of overkilling brutality that you've just used here, but there's enough people out there that were like, son of a bitch, give me that mech right there. I want that specific mech.
Like you said, it's that Vulcan cannon noise, right? People hear that and it just gets in their skulls, right? Like there's like, that's amazing.
An M61 chain gun, and I can legally own one in my house? A 20 millimeter anti-tank rifle, and I can legally own something with a barrel longer than my car? Why wouldn't I want one of those?
Install it on the farm.
I use it to hunt pigs.
You're giving people ideas, that's for sure.
I hope not. Let me be clear, YouTube. I'm not trying to sell these things. Please don't ping me for that. Okay. Anything else you want to do in this post-interview sequence?
I mean, talk up the movie release, right, for our period piece, the Commander and Master.
Commander and Master, of course.
Of course, yeah. Rep for that. And then, yeah, just show for the Billy Jims.
Now, I have to tell you,
usual,
out of character, I'm not sure if one of our people will be making it to the final season here. I haven't heard back from them. So I'm not sure who you might possibly face. So your bracket, you'll either be matched up against the winner between Knockout and Nelson Nixon, or there's a possibility that you might end up fighting the winner of Vic Vandergriff and Seth Kabrinsky.
Ooh.
So you better, you definitely don't want to be going up against Seth. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's better than you, but he's fucking scary right now.
I mean, that's very fair.
If you take him out, though, it will be epic as hell.
Right. That's where the legends are built.
I mean, this is Solaris. This is where dreams are made.
That's right.
And it's also where old mech warriors go to die.
I kind of want to fight Seth now, though.
Now that it's on the table. Well. Okay.
Bring it.
What can I say? This. All right. Well, if that gladiator doesn't show up, you will, in fact, be fighting the victor of Vic Vandergriff and Seth Kabrinsky. So.
All right. Beautiful.
We don't know when that match will be because matches are going to happen in their own time, guys. But welcome to the beginning of the 3062 Grand Championship. Hillbilly skating by, giving no political statements, making zero headway, and earning no enmity on either side, except for those who are tired of his neutrality.
What makes a man neutral?
Well, it was great to have you back. And
as always.
Yeah.
I have a great time.
Any closing thoughts here before we wrap this episode up?
You know what? Yeah, just great to be back. I always have a great time. It's just a lot of fun, and looking forward to seeing what kind of nonsense happens during this tournament here.
All right, gun to your head. Who do you think wins the tournament?
I mean, Varen's a good player. Like he knows his stuff, but the character of Seth Kaprinsky is very difficult to beat. I might look forward to that matchup, but that is a scary opponent. So I would probably right now just put my money on him or myself.
Okay.
Although, oh, you know what? You can't discount the Highlander. It's a solid mech, and as long as that doesn't get too beat up in any single match, that can help.
He
carry
has
things through.
3 Highlanders now. He has 2.
That's right.
He has 2 identical regular Highlanders and the 100-ton super Highlander. So when you say he's got the Highlander, I don't know which one you mean.
He is the Highlander.
Oh, he is the. It's true. You can't discount him. That's for sure.
Man, I don't know.
I want to just imagine that while he's watching this episode, which he won't, because he doesn't watch the show. He's drinking a nice bottle of Merlot and like eating some pancetta.
Yep.
While Ave Maria is playing in the background for no
gourmet
apparent
meal.
reason. This man is an amazing cook. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Accurate. Everything he posts looks amazing.
All right. That's it for us, friends. Have a good time zone.